And then extensor pollicis longus is going to have a long tendon that's going to dive deep into the posterior antebrachium, but it's also going to do the same thing where it is going to just be extending the thumb. And then our last one's called Extensor Indicus. And what Extensor Indicus is doing is it's going to extend the pointer finger. And it's actually going to be more medial, closer to the ulna, and deep to the extensor digitorum muscle. And it's going to cross over to the pointer finger. So as we take a look here, we have removed extensor carpi ulnaris and both extensor carpi radialis muscles. So what we have left is just our extensor digitorum right here, and extensor digiti minimi now we can see separating out as it goes down to just the pinky side. So over here is where we're going to have the first one is the abductor pollicis longus, which is right here. It's going to be more proximal. Just distal is going to be the extensor pollicis brevis. And then all the way down here we see a really long tendon as it comes and dives deep into this posterior antebrachium. So that's going to be the extensor pollicis longus. Extra muscles that we also have of the forearm, we have supinator, which will be deep to brachioradialis. And what it's going to be doing is just causing supination. We're also going to have anconius, which is going to be a small little triangular shaped muscle on the outside of the elbow. And then the deepest muscle in the antebrachium, right in the carpal or wrist region, it's so deep it's actually connecting the two bones, the radius and the ulna, is called Pronator Quadratus. And it gets its name because it's going to help with pronation, and it's four-sided. So taking a look here, there's our pronator teres going this direction. So supinator does the opposite, which pronation and supination are opposites. So the fibers will be going opposite right here, and that's where we find supinator, just underneath brachioradialis. Down here, we see pronator quadratus, right there, a little block-shaped muscle. You see it's so deep, it's connecting the bones. Now looking posteriorly here, we can see anconius, this triangular-shaped muscle right here in the elbow, and it looks cone-shaped. We see a little bit of supinator right here. And then we can also see extensor indicus right here on the outside. So it's the most medial right here as it dives under and goes to the pointer finger. We have our abductor pollicis longus right here, which is that more proximal. Just distal, we have our extensor pollicis brevis. So you can see how short it is. And then that tendon we saw, we can see the actual muscle belly, which is that extensor pollicis longus right here. Now looking at this view, we have cut out the flexor digitorum superficialis. And so now we can see the muscle belly of extensor digitorum profundus right here, and that flexor pollicis longus just lateral to it. And then even underneath both of those, that's where that pronator quadratus is, so very deep in the antebrachium. And that will complete Chapter 6.